This episode is brought to you by Battleborn Batteries, the best name in the RV and marine industry. These lithium batteries are designed and assembled in the USA, backed by a 10-year warranty. The best solution for your battery anxiety. So go check them out at battlebornbatteries.com.
Whether your adventure is on the road, on the water, or off the grid, Battleborn batteries keep you out there longer.
You are listening to Beyond the Wheel, a podcast about the people and ideas that drive the RV community forward.
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Beyond the Wheel Driver's Edition. This is where Sean and I sit down and we talk about what's new in the RV industry. So the name Driver's Edition may sound new to you, and that is because it is. Bruce from Texas was the winner of Name Our Guest List episodes, and Driver's Edition is what he came up with. We loved it. We took it, and he won the Micro Air Easy Start. We hope that Bruce is enjoying that Easy Start, and I don't know where I was going with that.
Well, one thing I just want to say about the Easy Start is we actually talked with the folks at Micro Air, and they updated that Easy Start with the latest firmware. So he has the latest and greatest
that's awesome.
in Micro Air technology. So that's really good.
That is really good. That was really nice of them. I also wanted to give a little shout out to Lou from RV Habit, because Lou really likes these episodes where it's just you and I, Sean. He comments on almost every one of them and says just how much he enjoys when it's just you and I and we're chit-chatting about what's new in the RV industry or what's new in our lives. So thank you, Lou, for listening and always commenting.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Lou. We really appreciate it. We like getting feedback from the listeners. So we just recently put out our previous episode with Alliance RV. That was because a listener recommended them to us, and we reached out to Coley Brady and got him on the show. So send your ideas and your recommendations to us, and we certainly pay attention to them and try to get what you guys want.
Yeah, definitely. We want to bring you guests on that you are interested in listening to. Most of the time, Sean and I, we pick who we are interested in listening to and hearing about. But yeah, we definitely want to hear who are you interested into listening to, and we will try our best to get them on the show. I also wanted to remind everybody that we have a monthly newsletter. A little funny story happened this morning when I told Sabrina that I wanted to sit down and write our monthly newsletter. She said, I didn't know you had a monthly newsletter. So I thought, well, maybe we should remind everybody that Sean and I do put out a monthly newsletter. We picked monthly because we don't want to bombard you with emails, but we want to keep everybody up to date with what's going on and things like that. So we thought once a month would be a good way to keep in touch with everybody, let you know about episodes that we just did, episodes that are coming up. You can always submit questions to what you would want to hear from our guests. And it's also a good way to let you know about giveaway and prizes and things like that are going on, which leads us right into our newest giveaway. We got a really good one coming up. We teamed up with Sun RV, and they are offering a $250 voucher, good for any Sun RV across the country. You can even use this voucher for a cabin stay or one of their vacation rental property areas. So you don't even need to own the RV. And this would be a great way for somebody that's thinking about maybe the RV life or the camping life. And maybe you want to go check out what it's like to be at a campground, but you don't have an RV. Like you can go to Sun RV and check out the campground and stay in one of their cabins. So $250 voucher was very generous of them. We really appreciate them allowing us to do this contest. It's going to start on August 1st and end August 31st, and we will pick the winner September 1st. And the voucher will be good until the end of 2021. So they are being very generous. They're giving us a nice $250 prize. Plus, they're giving you a lot of time to book the trip. So we really want to thank them for that. And I think that's going to be a really good giveaway. I think I'm pretty excited about that. Sabrina and I said, we wish that we could
Yeah, I wish I could win too.
Yeah, that's a really good prize.
Especially because if you're unfamiliar with who Sun RV is, our episode 49, I think it is on the Costa Vista RV Resort, which is their brand new resort that's going to be opening in 2021. And you're already able to make reservations, and it looks awesome from the images that we saw, and you can see them on our website. And just by talking to them, all the thought that they put into this resort. So if you're not familiar with Sun RV, check them out. Go back and listen to that episode, and you get to hear about the company and about this new resort that they're developing.
Yeah, I hope to be there. I hope to check that out. After we talked with them and then Sabrina listened to the episode, she's like, we got to go check out that place in Chula.
The great thing is that this $250 voucher would get you a couple days there.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
it was so nice of them to offer this prize. It's just a great prize.
And then we have more giveaways that will be coming out in the future. Some good ones, actually.
Yep.
So this one will run through August, and then we'll have another one to give away. Yeah. And just going back to the newsletters for a second, the best way to see our newsletter is to sign up on our website for our email list. We don't email very often, just basically that once a month newsletter is what we send out. And we try and put some information in there that's helpful to you, and also stuff about our episodes. So if you go on our website and sign up on our email list, you'll be sure to get it. And then also we try and post a link to it on our Facebook page, Beyond the Wheel Podcast.
I did not know that.
Oh.
I'm not on Facebook though.
And then we have some more exciting news that Kenny did just recently.
Yeah. So what I did was Nadia Babuelo from Roman Remodelers made our logo for us, and it's the one that you see on our website, our icon that we use everywhere, Instagram, apparently on Facebook too. And I took that logo that she created for us and went to Sticker Mule website and was able to get that logo made into stickers. And we have about 100 of them. We are just giving them out free to our listeners. If you're interested in a sticker, a Beyond the Wheel sticker, it looks really sharp. If you go to our Instagram, there's a photo of it on there. You can see what it looks like. We've already mailed out a few of them. We're really impressed with just how well these stickers came out. They're really sharp looking. It came out super nice. We're incredibly happy with it. We're probably going to order more if we run out. And like I said, we're just giving them away free. If you listen to the show, you're a fan of the show, and if you would like a sticker, just contact us through our email, Facebook, or Instagram, and let us know. Just give us your name, your address, and we will mail you out a sticker. But like I said, they look really good, and we're super happy with the way they turned out from Sticker Mule.
And I think they're like 3 inches by 4 inches or something like that.
You are correct. Yep, they are 3 inches wide. Yep.
Decent size.
Yeah, it's a nice size. It's easy to read. The colors came out great. I'm really impressed with them. Very impressed with them. News
this episode. We have a couple things we wanted to talk about. The first one is the new Ford F-150 hybrid. And this is a really impressive pickup truck from Ford.
Yeah, and you might be thinking to yourself, well, what does that have to do with RVing? But they're putting some nice features into this F-150 hybrid that could easily translate to a more enjoyable camping experience, whether that be if you were going to do tent camping, or maybe something like a habitat in the back of the bed, or even towing a travel trailer. It's a 3.5 EcoBoost V6 engine matched up with the 10-speed automatic transmission, and it's able to tow 12,000 pounds. And they're expecting it to have over a range of 700 miles. That's less time spent at a gas station refueling. And with a 12,000 pound tow capacity, that gives you a pretty good range, I feel like, for a travel trailer. Sean would probably know a little bit more. I'll let Sean talk more about that. I know, like, you could easily tow, say, the Airstream base camp. That thing only weighs like 4,000 pounds. Yeah. But I believe you could even tow, maybe a 30-foot travel trailer or something like that.
Yeah, and also like this weekend I was up on Skyline Drive in Shenandoah National Park, and there was a Jeep that was towing one of those A-frame trailers. So it's basically looks like a pop-up when it's folded up, but then it turns into an A-frame when you're set up. And those I think would be perfect for this as well. But yeah, a small travel trailer I think you could easily pull with this. But I like it because of the additional the additional power that you get. I guess the outlets are in the bed maybe with the additional 7.2 kilowatts of power from lithium batteries
Yeah,
that you can use for anything you need at the campsite, really.
yeah, I'm very impressed with that too. So they put all these outlet. It's almost like having a generator with you without the generator. You're just on run off the power of the lithium battery in there. It even claims that it will have a 30 amp plug. But when I looked at their 30 amp plug, it's not the same type of 30 amp plug that we are used to seeing in the RV industry. But they're saying that it would be able to run a small job site for 72 hours. Now they're kind of marketing for that. But in my mind, I'm like, well, if it can run a job site for 72 hours, imagine what it could do at your little base camp. You could run your RV off of it. You could run your small if you don't have an RV and you were like tent camping, but you had a cooler like what Dometic has, you'd be able to run your cooler or your small refrigerators. This is going to give you power for your light, for your computers, for your phones. Like, I feel like this is a really nice option for campers, even though Ford isn't really marketing it that way. I have a feeling they'll start. Right now, they're talking about it at the job site, being able to run power saws and things like that. But I think this is on easily transfer over to the RV or camping experience.
Yeah, and then if you had one of those like in the bed campers, I'm sure there's ways to connect to power on the vehicle from there. Or like you said, pretty much everything we use requires power now, so you could keep your stuff fully charged while you're camping on the weekend.
Yeah, and
computers, things like that. Yeah, quietly without having to run the generator.
The truck also has what they're calling max recline seats. So again, I guess they're looking at this as like you're able to completely recline the passenger and the driver's side flat, and they'll turn into like a bed.
Wow.
So they're saying, and I guess they're thinking that people would use it for a break or something like that from a job site. But now, if you wanted to, you could actually sleep in the cab area of your truck because it turns into a bed inside the cab. I'm gonna have to put up some pictures or something like that in our show notes so I can really show you what it looks like. Even the shifter folds down and a table becomes flat across there. It really looks like it could be a bed. It's easily, they're calling it a bed. So pretty cool. I could see that being an advantage too. I mean, maybe you got kids or something like that. The parents could be in the truck, the kids could be in a tent. Now you just increase the number of people that could sleep while you're out camping. It's a cool truck. It's going to have a lot of nice options.
Yeah, and if you had it with this truck combined with, like you said, a Airstream base camp, you could go pretty much anywhere.
Yeah, and I really thought when I saw this video that I was the first one that thought how perfect it would be for camping and stuff like that. But I did see an article from Road and Track, and even Road and Track said combined with the Pro Power and the way this inside turns into a bed, they said it's not hard to imagine living out of the new F-150. But I was like, Road and Track agrees with me, so maybe I'm on to something.
And then another one that I just read about, and I had no idea. I always thought the only two AC units you could get, a rooftop AC, were Dometic and Coleman. But Furrion has one. It's called the Furrion Chill, and it works with both ducted and non-ducted systems. And it comes in 14.5K BTU and 15.5K BTU. And I think it's not on on RVs from the manufacturers yet. I didn't get that from the article, but it is now available starting the end of July. It's now available at Camping World for you to purchase either in the stores or on campingworld.com. It cools down faster and is quieter than competitors' models. And it also has a more aerodynamic look on the roof. It looks like another option is available in the rooftop AC business.
We'll have to add a couple photos to that too. I haven't seen that yet, but I do like the idea of just more competition in that segment because, like you said, Sean, I think you're right. Coleman and Dometic are the only two companies that come to mind when it comes to AC units. And I always think, the more competition, the better. It makes everybody work a little harder at refining their products and being able to offer the best. Like, Furion's now saying that they're running quieter and colder than their competition. So that's great. I think that's always a good thing to hear.
Quieter would be good.
Yeah, quieter would always be good for the AC. Yeah. Because I'm not crazy familiar with Furion. I don't have any Furion in my RV, but people that I've talked to that use the Furion stuff really enjoy it. They like the features of the Furion that they have in the stovetops and things like that.
Yeah, we have Furion stovetop and oven. It's the best one we've had.
Yeah, so that says a lot right there. That's really good.
Yeah, so hopefully their ACs are just as good. And maybe we can try and get them on the show and talk about it.
Yeah, that would be good. Something else that was just released not that long ago that I saw is that Garmin has rolled out a new RV navigation device, and it's geared more for the outdoor lifestyle. Sabrina and I have been using a Garmin 660 since we've been RVing, and we really like it. It's very easy to use. It takes into consideration the height, the weight, the width, the length, if we're towing, if we're not towing, and it's all in the computer system. And when it maps out our routes for us, it knows to avoid these things. So we have some experience with the RV navigation with Garmin, but what they're saying about this one is that the screen is going to be much larger. It's now going to be a 8-inch display, but the big thing is that it's going to have a preloaded database of not just campsites, but even like the off-road locations, the boondocking spots, the BLM lands, just those off-grid locations that they've never had in their units before. I think that's a big deal because it's very difficult to find these off-site locations. There's entire apps created to help you find these off-site locations. I think that, and even when you do find them, to kind of like program them into the GPS, you're usually using like the longitude and the latitude. Is that right?
Yeah. Longitude and latitude. Yeah.
You should leave that mistake in there that I didn't know what it was actually called, Sean. But this will be easy if you could just like click on the icon and say, I'm looking for off-grid. I'm looking for off-grid location. This is where I want to be. And maybe a list comes up. Man, that'd be awesome. I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I think it's really cool that they added these off the grid areas. And then I think they've also like partnered with a lot of the campground, what are they called? Like the chain campgrounds like KOA and those, and have all those programmed in as well. I think they have a lot of preloaded content in this that is going to be very helpful to RVers for sure.
According to Don Schmidt, he's the senior product manager for automotive at Garmin. He said that it's going to have tens of thousands of RV parks and campgrounds nationwide.
Wow.
So yeah, again, it just makes it easy to have that information programmed right in there. And you're like, oh, I'm going to Tulsa, Oklahoma. Let me see what comes up. And then you just pick the one. That's great. I think that makes things easy. And it will make things easier while traveling from like point A to point B. If you're doing like a 3-4 day trip and maybe you don't have every stop planned out and you're just like, well, let's pull over in this rest area, see what's in the area. And it comes up with a list right in your Garmin that's got your height, weight, length all set in there. You know that you're going to be able to get there. I think that's pretty cool. I think it's just a way to make RVing and traveling just a little bit easier.
Yeah, and they're also going to have the national parks in there too, I think. So.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah. It should be good for RVing. I know we use an app that's on our iPhone for navigation. It was originally designed for truck drivers, but then they made a different version for RVers. But I'm always looking at new navigation stuff. And I like the 8-inch touchscreen. I mean, that's when you get older, the bigger the screen, the better.
Yeah, unfortunately, my eyesight is just not what it used to be. I've always wore glasses, but now I've noticed that I can't see up close anymore.
Yeah.
It just used to be I could see far away, but now it looks like I'm going to need some bifocals. It is not fun getting older, but that 8-inch touchscreen will be nice. It will make a big difference.
I do have a funny story about eyesight. We hike a lot, and yesterday Julie felt something on her back, and so she asked me to look at it to see if it was a tick. And my eyesight was so bad, I had to go get my reading glasses to be able to see if it was or wasn't a tick. It wasn't, thankfully,
Okay.
but up here in Virginia, there's a lot of ticks. So
Yeah.
we're always on the lookout to make sure we don't have any.
Same here. I'm in the Southwest Virginia right now. I've been taking Belle out for a hike almost every day, and I'm always looking her over to make sure she doesn't have any ticks. Luckily, Belle has very short hair, and it's easy to find them on her. I think I don't know. In the couple months that we've been here, I found 2, but I got them off of her fairly quickly. They stand out on her, which helps.
Oh, yeah. Because she's light color as well.
She's light in color, and her fur is very short. It definitely helps.
And then in terms of the RV industry, we have some good news and some bad news.
Uh-oh.
So I think the good news is in June, the RVIA reported that June was the highest month of manufacturers wholesaling RVs to dealers. June was the biggest month of the year and was actually higher than June of last year. I think that's good news that the RV industry is surviving the COVID crisis. The towables were up considerably. The motorhomes were actually down a little bit compared to last year. But overall, the shipments from manufacturers to dealers were up compared to last year and the highest of the year. So that's really good. People are still getting out there and people are still interested in RVing. I say that good news first because if you haven't heard, the Hershey RV show has been canceled. And I think a lot of RV shows are going to be canceled. The Work Camper Rendezvous that Julie and I usually go to in October was canceled. And that's one of our favorite RVing events to go to. Unfortunately, that one was canceled. I did look, though, and see the other big RV show, the Florida RV Super Show. It's not canceled yet. It's in January in Tampa. I'm not sure how that's going to go, but very unfortunate that the COVID pandemic has caused the Hershey show to be canceled because Kenny and I were both going to go there and check out all the new stuff.
Yeah, I'm really disappointed over it. I mean, I understand the reasons, but I'm still disappointed that we're not going to be able to hang out. And I think our original plans were that you and I would meet up and then maybe try to meet up with some listeners. But now all that is squashed. But it does make sense. You and I have both been to RV shows at the Hershey show, particularly in the past. And it's a pretty insane experience. It's a lot of people shoulder to shoulder. And then I think too, like, how would they have handled people going in and out of, I mean, the reason you're there is to look at the RVs, go in the RVs and check them out. How would they be able to handle that? I mean,
yeah, cleaning and stuff.
And cleaning, it's difficult to social distance in an RV. Once you have 4 or 5 people and say a 18-foot, 20-foot RV, I think it would really take away from the experience of the RV show to try to put it on at this time. I think they're making the right call. And I'm sure they're just as upset about it, if not more so than we are. But
yeah, the nice thing is, though, is that it sounds like the dealers are going to be fully stocked and open. So if you are interested in a particular model, you can probably find a dealer close to you that has it, and you'll still be able to go check it out. But just the experience of going to Hershey and seeing, I mean, it's just massive.
Yeah.
And
it's like a carnival.
Yeah, missing out on that. It's just the experience of, and the excitement of seeing all the new stuff out there, and not just RVs, but also all the stuff that goes along with RVing, campgrounds and all the different products. So it's a bummer that it's canceled. But when you told me this, Kenny, I went also and looked at some of the other RV shows, and I looked at the Good Sam website, who they have a lot of RV shows, and I saw some on there scheduled starting in September of this year. I think there was one in Colorado for sure, Colorado Springs maybe, but they haven't been canceled yet on their website.
Oh, okay.
So I'm wondering if they're still planning on having them, or if they're just waiting until closer to be able to see what the situation is in those particular areas.
It's possible that they still have them. I just know there is definitely a big difference between an RV show and the Hershey RV show.
And the Hershey show,
Yeah. The Hershey RV show literally is like shoulder to shoulder most of the day.
And it's hot.
It's hot. And I think there is a big difference between like the RV show. I couldn't imagine walking around in the heat with a mask, and shoulder to shoulder. And I mean, part of the experience for that RV show, it is great that you can see all the RVs, almost every dealer or manufacturer, I should say, every manufacturer is there all in one location. The products, everybody that makes products for the RVs, they're there. Shows are there and demonstrations and presentations. I mean, it's really an event. If you haven't been to the RV show in Hershey, I definitely recommend going, because you get to see a lot in a very short period of time.
Even the chassis manufacturers have their chassis out there. Yeah. So you can check out, what it's built on and everything.
Yeah.
So I always enjoy going to that show. Hopefully it'll be back next year.
I hope it's back next year. I'm a big foodie too. I like to eat. And they got tons of food trucks set up all over the place. It's a fun experience. It's a fun atmosphere. It's very cool. It's very cool. But that's not to say that other RV shows are not. I've been to a few RV shows, and I've always had a good time at the RV shows. I really enjoy walking in and out of the units and taking a look at and seeing what manufacturers are doing what. And it's always interesting to see the differences, and I guess the differences and the directions. Some RVers or some RV manufacturers are like really up on the tech, and they got like touch screens everywhere. Some are maybe more basic that way, but they put more into the suspension of an RV. I really like to see all the differences in the different manufacturers. It's nice. It's a great way to see a lot in a little bit of time.
Yeah, Julie and I do about probably 10 to 15 RV shows a year. So, and they're always exciting for me, even though we go, between January and April, we're at a show almost every weekend, and it's still fun to see what all's there. And they're usually not any one of them is the same. There's always different RVs there. So it's fun. It's just fun to check things out.
And you're there for work, and you're still having fun.
Yeah. We're usually there every day of the show for the Thursday through Sunday. And when we're not speaking, we're usually walking around checking stuff out.
I'll miss the shows. I'm missing the shows for sure.
Heck, I'm missing leaving my driveway.
Yeah, Sabrina and I miss that too. We're not leaving your driveway, but we miss being on the road. It's been a bummer. It's sure, yeah. We're going to get up and moving around pretty soon. Well, I say pretty soon, but not really. I guess not till October. It's still a decent way away.
2 more months.
Yeah. Never mind then. I can't be sitting for so long in the same spot. I'm just glad that we found a good spot to be in. There's hiking right behind our campground that leads right in. Just a couple steps away. I've been taking Belle to a trail that's not too far. It's about a 20-minute drive. And there's a bike trail 20 minutes away too. I actually picked up a annual state park pass so that I can go on their trails and stuff and not pay the daily rate anymore. So luckily that way we are in a good spot. It's a little humid, more humid than I would prefer here in Virginia, but
yeah,
it is nice. It's been good. It's been good. I really shouldn't complain too much.
Yeah. And this is the longest you've ever been stationary, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
By far. We actually, Sabrina and I were just talking about that. And it's probably the least amount of social we've been. So, everything's still kind of closed off in the area. We're not really getting out and meeting new people, even people at the campground. I keep my distance from them. We just kind of wave. Everybody just waves to one another. We don't really interact that much with people. So that's been weird too. I'll tell you, it's really strange. I think I told you the other day, I went and did my Walmart run, I always get there early in the morning when they first wake up, because I like to be there when the crowds are low. And I also like to be there like right after they're done cleaning from the night. So I always think that's like 2 pluses to be there first thing when they open. I went, I did my shopping. I came back home and Sabrina was like, "Hey, you seem like you're in a good mood." I said, "Yeah, I had fun at Walmart. You know, it was fun to get out of the RV for a little bit and see something new." And I was like, "Man, are things that bad that a trip to Walmart puts me in a good mood?"
Usually it's the opposite.
Yeah, usually I'm like, "I don't feel like going to Walmart." It's just weird.
Yeah, and it's nice too. We were talking earlier that even out on hiking trails and stuff, when you're out there, people kind of keep their distance.
Yeah.
Just automatic now to move to opposite sides of the trail, or you can still enjoy the outdoors without fear, I guess.
Yeah, and that's been a great thing. I mean, I've been out hiking more. I've been out biking more. So I feel like I have been more active these last couple months than I have been in a long time. So that's a plus side. And I have Belle usually with me when I'm hiking and stuff like that. She has a good rule of keeping people 6 feet away from me because she doesn't like anybody approaching me. And her leash is 6 feet. So I always know I'm 6 feet away from everybody because she doesn't let anybody I don't think Belle lets anybody get 10 feet of me. She's a tough little dog, I guess.
Yeah.
She just doesn't she's very protective. She just doesn't like people walking up to me. And normally I find that annoying because I don't mind people coming up to me, but lately it's been nice.
Yeah. I would take her everywhere.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said, I wish I could take her into the Walmart with me.
So what do we have coming up?
So we got a lot of good episodes coming up. Actually, really good episodes coming up. So our next episode is going to be with a company called Surviveware. And I really enjoyed that episode. I thought that was a lot of fun talking with them and hearing their story. They make first aid kits. I went and bought one, and you bought one.
Yeah.
They are very well labeled first aid kits. They are a small little package. They sell them all different sizes, but you and I both bought the same size one, the smaller.
Yep.
It's very easy to just open it up. It's a soft case that's water resistant. It's got loops on the back. You'll hear more about it, but the big selling point for me was just, when you open it up, it's so easy to find what you're looking for inside the first aid bag.
Yeah, and like the equipment in there, like the scissors and the tweezers, I guess. I don't know what they're called, but they're quality. Like it's not plastic or anything like that. It's like good quality stuff.
Yep, and that's what Sabrina was impressed with. So I take her word for it. But when she looked through the bag, she said, they're actually, because Sabrina is in the medical field, she said, they are actually using quality products inside this first aid kit.
And the small one is perfect size for the RV.
Yeah, it's got straps. I put it on my bike every time I take my bike out now. Even if I feel like, if I don't get hurt, I've passed 2 people. I feel like a rescue ranger. I've passed 2 people that have fallen on their bikes. And even with the COVID, I still offer help and say, hey, I got a first aid kit. If you guys need anything, I can just kind of pass it to you. Both times they have turned down my service, but I was prepared. If they needed something, I had it with me. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, and we used to carry a small little plastic bin kind of first aid kit that you buy for like, I don't know, 10 or 12 bucks at Walmart. But this one, we've replaced it with this Surviveware one, and it's much better, and you can fit a lot more stuff in a small, compact space with that kit. So yeah, we really like it. We think it's perfect for the RV.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for the RV too. Yep, definitely. I think everybody should have some type of first aid kit on board on an RV because you just never know. Just, banging your head on a slide and you fall over. I mean, it's just easy to get hurt.
Yeah.
All RV.
Yeah, and then we have RV Toll Pass. That was a good interview too, and a great product if you're new to RVing and want to avoid having 10 different toll passes hanging from your dash.
Yeah, I was really excited to hear about it. I did not know that something like this existed. So like you said, having 10 RV or 10 toll passes, I have 4 on my windshield, the Easy Pass, the Sun Pass, Ohio Pass. I can't even remember what the 4th one is, but yeah, tons of these devices on our windshield for when we're traveling across the country. I didn't know that there was somebody out there that made a toll pass that worked across the United States. I wish I would have known that sooner. I think Sabrina and I are still going to invest in getting one because it will make life easier to have everything on one bill, easy to pay that way. When we were talking to RV Toll Pass, I really liked what they had to say about the product. So we are going, once we get back on the road again, we're going to pick one up.
Yeah, I think it's great too. I think we are going to do the same thing.
And then we talked to Micro Air about their Easy Touch thermostat. This is something else that I am really excited about. This show cost me money, Sean. So they came out with a thermostat for your RV. I guess you could consider it a smart thermostat. It's fully touchscreen. And the reason why it's considered a smart thermostat is that you can monitor and adjust the temperature of your RV with your smartphone from anywhere. So it connects to the Wi-Fi that you have in your RV. And I thought at first it was just, if you were sitting inside the RV, you could adjust it. But as long as you have a cell service on your phone and your RV is connected to Wi-Fi, you'll be able to monitor and adjust. And then right away, I thought, well, this is going to be perfect for Belle. We always worry about Belle in the RV. If she's warm when we leave her, we barely ever leave her because of this reason. But now we'll be able to easily look on our phone, see what the temperature is in the RV, even adjust the temperature in the RV for her. Super excited about the Easy Touch thermostat. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get one too. Not because I have a dog, but just because it's cool.
Just because it's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I saw pictures of it and it's very modern looking. So it'll be a nice, it's going to bring our RV up to date a little bit. It'll make it look probably newer than it is, a little bit more tech savvy in there. I always like that kind of stuff too. Yeah. So that's another great episode. So that's our next 3 episodes coming up. I feel like we've just been on a roll lately. We've been getting really good interviews lately.
Yeah. But again, if anybody has any suggestions or requests, let us know, and we're happy to try and get people on the show. And like we said, our previous episode, our 50th episode with Alliance RV, was a listener wrote in and said, we would like you to talk to some new RV companies. And Alliance was probably the newest.
Yeah.
So we got them on and talked to them, and I thought it was very educational and very cool to talk about what it takes to start a new RV company in such a competitive business.
So I think that is everything that we had to talk about today. I'm going to let Sean take us out of here because it's starting to rain over here, and I'm going to put my mic on mute, actually, so you don't hear all the raindrops up on the roof.
Okay, well, thanks, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you all in 2 weeks with our episode with Surviveware. Make sure you're looking out for that contest with Sun RV Resorts and that $250 voucher. We hope to get a lot of entrants for that, and it's a great value and an awesome prize. We can't thank Sun RV enough for giving that to us to give away. So that's it. We'll see you in 2 weeks, and safe travels, everybody.
This episode is brought to you by Battleborn Batteries, the best name in the RV and marine industry. These lithium batteries are designed and assembled in the USA, backed by a 10-year warranty. The best solution for your battery anxiety. So go check them out at battlebornbatteries.com.